mental trip. Yo, thank you for the likes, chat. Kendra Scott, was she wrong for the murder? Yo, what's good, chat? Yeah, I think Kendra Scott was justified in killing the 20-year-old boy, 36-year-old black woman. Sit up here, murdered this dude, cold blood. Allegedly found him under the bed of her daughter, but you know what's weird? When we go home or when we go to our houses, we don't just go checking in spots unless it's something telling us, that beforehand, which came out that she had cameras in her house. So this is definitely gonna be a premeditated case. They're gonna slay her because there's no way you could sit up there and see the person in your house, know your daughter's safe, know everything's good, know there's got to be somebody that your daughter invited over, didn't even know his age. She didn't know his age before she killed him. So you can't say that it's justified because she just didn't know. She didn't care. It didn't matter. She knew it was somebody who she didn't want or recognize in her house, and that was just the last straw, and she just took it out on homeboy. And then the rest is history. He finished now. He ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can say what he want. He was this, he was that, but you gotta handle it the right way. Let the law do what they gotta do. See, we always want to make and create our own justice and select and politic when we want it to happen instead of being logical and keeping it 100 and saying, well, if he deserved that, then so do a lot of these dudes, just like Nicki Minaj brother, a lot of y'all uncles, fathers, whoever. They should get the same treatment then. It shouldn't just be him, it should be everybody because we know it's plenty. Didn't Drake do something crazy? And Kendrick Lamar call him out? Like, so do Drake deserve to die too because he had a teenager and he did stuff allegedly too? It's like, wow, y'all pick and choose who and which situation is gonna be allowed and not say it, have the same energy or say something about it when it presents itself. And now y'all all one-sided when it comes to this. But if it was a woman, or if it was a white person, if it was a white woman who killed a black boy, would y'all feel the same way about it? If it was a black man who went to a white woman's house or whatever and she lied about her age, and then the white woman mother came home and killed him now, y'all wouldn't say, oh, he deserved it. It would be a whole nother thing. They would say it was racist, or they would say, whatever. Yeah, they would be like, you know, he got murdered, you know, it's first degree, it's racism, it's the system. You know, they will find every reason for him not to get murdered. Is now it would have been justice, you know, this should have been like that, should be like this. Tell me what you know about this. Tell me what you know about that. Yo, what's going on, chat, man? You know, we touching on this Kendra Scott case. Did this brother deserve to lose his life? Here's my take, man. Because it's not one-sided. It's not one way, you know. Let me grab my microphone. Let me grab the goddamn mic. So we can get this clear. Get the business straight. Look, here's my take, right, on the Kendra Scott case. If it was a 20-year-old woman sleeping with a 13-year-old boy, would we have the same energy that she deserves to die? Or would we be more inclined to say the law should do their job and that, you know, she should do prison time? Or will we be so, you know, upset that, you know, this child is now seducing and trapping and catfishing, you know, people on the internet, but nobody knows where the father or where the parents is at, why she was even left alone in the first place? See, this is the thing that we got to understand. If she had cameras in her house, she already knew that man was there, so she could have called the police before she even got there. But she knew that her daughter was having boys over already. This is why it was premeditated, because she already told her daughter prior to, whatever boys I catch in this house, you know, I'm going to pew pew. And, you know, that's what she did. So we already knew the conclusion. We knew the sister was thirsty for blood, and she acted on it, and she did exactly what she wanted to do because she was frustrated with her daughter and, you know, how fast she was moving. But this is what she learned from you. So this is the problem with the single mother crisis, because now this family is going to have a funeral because this man got tricked by a child. Like, let's call it what it is. Not making it right or wrong, not justifying it, but if this dude had mental illness and problems and, you know, things that he was disturbed, you know, how can we say a 20-year-old should be treated like a grown man? You know what I'm saying? Even in the court system, when we see cases with, brothers who get caught up at a young age, they say, hey, his mind isn't developed until 25. So we got to keep that same energy. 20 is only 1 year older than 19. So he was just a teenager a year ago, technically. If you really want to get, you know, logical and you want to talk about the facts, that so-called person that you're trying to make a man, he was literally a teenager a year ago. So we got to understand they play with the laws depending on, where we are at in the regions and things like that. So we can't really be in disagreements when it comes to, you know, the South specifically. Specific talking about the South, we know you can't even buy cigarettes. You can't even buy alcohol until 21 and stuff like that. So for all of these people trying to make it seem like this was some grown man, he didn't even see 21 years old yet. He can't even buy cigarettes. He can't even buy his own weapon. He can't do a lot of stuff as a grown man. So how can we really sit here and try to hold him to that same, lesson? If it was a woman who was 20 and she slept with a 13-year old, nobody would be saying they want to see her death or they would be happy if the father killed her. And if it was white, then they would try to use race. If it was a white woman who came home and seen her daughter sleeping with a black man or black boy and she killed him, they would have said, yo, this is racism, yo, the FBI, just like what they doing with Nolan right now. And they don't have no evidence, but they keep blaming white people and saying, yo, where's the arrest? Where's the this? Indict them. It's foul play, blaming the whole Mississippi, saying it's a cover up. But it's like, it doesn't exist if we don't have the proof. We got to stand on the truth. We can't just be here, lackadaisical, letting us be fooled by the media and what their talking points are, acting like we are the judges or the gods who get to deserve, who sins should be paid for. It's like this girl is 13 doing all of this. We may need to get her up out the community because she might be more of a problem, you know, using more black men and, getting them killed and doing these stunts because it's like, hold up. If she doing this now, then what's she going to be doing at 16, 17? Messing with 30-year-old men and then what we gonna say or what we gonna do? It's like, y'all allowing these behaviors to be manipulated and be incentivized by through the culture, through the songs, through the music, where all my scamming is at. We promoting it. We bringing on, and we are allowing, we're turning a blind eye where we're adapting to the niggatry and basically the modern ways of, what the opposite of our ancestors would want us to be. They turning in their grave because we can't even get along with us. We can't even love us every day. We going back and forth killing. I'm saying, we trying to get the children off the streets. We trying to get them to do something different. We trying to get them to pick up these phones instead of these guns. I'd rather be around niggas that's switching than be around YNs with switches, man. Cause these niggas out here is vicious. It's a cycle that, they continue and they don't want people to live. And it's sad because all we trying to do is trying to give them the word and try to get them to understand that we get it. Men is doing evil shit. A lot of them. But women is too, and it's more women than men. We in an evil world. It's an evil society. What you want us to do? So only the good is gonna suffer now. You got people with HIV doing HIV parties to get money. Like, it's all kind of schemes, dude. Davy Chase just died of the HIV, and then they getting high. It's like, listen, man. It's on both sides. We all gotta hold ourselves accountable, man. We gotta say, what can we do now to prevent it? This girl needs to be held accountable as well. She's going against her own mother, so it doesn't even make sense for the mother to have killed the dude. Because now she put herself in a trick bag. That little girl could have been setting up that whole situation to say, you know what? I'm tired of my mother. I know my mother gonna pop somebody, so let me use this boy that I don't really care about, and he gonna get caught because I know he want to try to get some coochie that I'm giving out or whatever, even though I'm underage. But this is what it is now. This is the experience that we have to deal with. They playing these games. They got these children. We know these gang members be sex trafficking the kids. Like, we got to stop playing like this is not going on. These girls be going missing. All type of stuff be with these grown dudes. So we got to act like, it's not what it is, man. And stop giving up and stop trying to make it seem like it's all on the men. Like, yeah, the boy was wrong for not, verifying the girl age, and even if he did know the age, maybe he had something mentally wrong. But do that mean he deserved to have to, go to the afterlife, and now his mother and now his family have to be, you know, traumatized? Now Memphis, now the city, now the people, black people gotta be on their P's and Q's, because it's like, yes, it's laws for a reason. So let the justice system do what they supposed to do, instead of trying to reinvent it and get your own justice. And now you're gonna be in jail miserable. You're gonna do at least a 15 to 25 piece minimum. You hear me? She gonna do at least 15 to 25. They trying to hit her with premeditated. There's cameras in the house. So even if she go to trial, even if she don't blow, even if she don't get the first degree, she's still gonna blow for manslaughter, and then she's still gonna blow for neglect, because she's not supposed to be leaving no child in no house at no 1 a.m. So now you exposed your child to a murder as well, who's gonna be testifying against you. Like, she gonna look like a whole monster. So she better off just copping out. There's no defense. She got no defense. She got no dog in the fight, because she already knew the boy was coming in there. She knew her daughter, a minor, was inviting people in her house. So instead of her either not finding, a different time to work, or, not leaving her child alone, or however many kids she got. I don't even know if she got more kids, I heard. Like, it's just a whole mess. So now they losing the mom. I don't know where the dad is at. Where's the father's at? Like, see, this is why we say y'all got to do better when you want to mate, and when you want to, date and have these relationships. Because when you going through that, everything that you're going through now is gonna transfer, and it's just gonna become a trifecta. My trauma, your trauma, my bad feelings, your bad faith. It's all gonna be mixed in one, and we love each other, but we can't trust each other. So how are we gonna have a relationship? Like, that's not a real love. That's this love don't cost a thing, and this is what y'all keep missing. You know what I'm saying? In this time and day and age, we tripping right now, all of us. Because if it was about love, then that child, you would have never risked that child being alone with no monitor or no guardian around. Like, there was nowhere for her to go. So it's like, it shouldn't. It's a bad. It's a bad all around. It's just a terrible situation. Like, and this is what these kids is doing. These young girls these days. This is what's being promoted in the music, magazines, social media pages. Woo lady. Like, this is what they promoting. This is a product of the Woo lady. Like, this is Memphis we talk about here. Come on, I love my players and my partners in Memphis now, but let's keep it all the way trail. This is Pooh Shiesty City. It's only a few cities in Black America right now that's on fire. New York, my city, one of the number one. Like, the murder rate is up high as hell. Um, LA, you know what I'm saying? Then you got Detroit and Chicago and Memphis. That's really the biggest cities in Black America right now, where everybody get they slang, they. Oh, and Atlanta. Atlanta. That's just like six, but Memphis is definitely up there, top 10, top 5 black cities, you know what I'm saying, in America right now. On fire when I'm talking about like crime and shit when it comes to that. So let's be real. This is not paradise. This is not people is jumping off the porch at 11 years old, getting in the streets out here. That's being reported. So for this young girl to be doing what she's doing at 13, this is not far fetched. She was not no innocent child. Yes, she was a child, but she was not acting or she was not appropriately, behaving. That's not appropriate behavior of a child paying for a man Uber. Where you even getting this money from? Inviting a man over, tricking men, um, thirst trapping. You getting it. How you trying to do what you do? You getting it out the mud. It is what it is. Like, let's not try to make it like it's something that it's not, and that's what we doing. And it's like when it comes to the black woman, we gonna protect them no matter what, to the death. It don't matter what she did. It don't matter what she was involved in. It don't matter who she let in the house. So this is why I say we risking our life as men when we dealing with this crap, because we don't know where the mindset of is the we don't know where the mindset is at of the mom these days. We don't know where the mindset at of these babies. So if they not acting as such, if you're not acting as a lady or as a kid, how do you expect to be treated as one? Now, I'm not justifying what he did, but we're just bringing the truth to the light and saying, hey, we don't have all the facts. We know for a fact she never knew his age before she pulled the trigger. Let's get that straight. Let's get that right, black woman. Like, I know y'all upset. I know y'all angry. A lot of y'all been touched on, and we hate that for y'all. And a lot of y'all been had bad experiences going in that life or messing with the wrong dudes. But let's get one thing clear. It just like when a dude jump at the porch and he get in the streets, he know what he got to deal with. He know what's gonna be there. He knows at the end of the road it's either prison or death. But it's only with women when they jump in the streets or when they doing things and they being devious and sneaky that they could get pass. Only women could get a pass. But when it comes to men, it's no pass. It's no explanation. There's no reason why it's like automatically he should already know she's not 13. Like, how the hell? Like, come on. Like, see, y'all be going so uh far. Like, we don't know what this dude knew. You know what I'm saying? These girls these days, they putting on these weaves and this makeup and these shoes and these heels. Yeah, they looking grown as hell. If she said she was 16, 17, and he 20, he just turned 20. He was 19. Not saying he just turned, but I'm just saying, like, let's say less than a year ago, he was 19. So we don't know when they started messing with each other. That's the thing. And people be jumping in and stuff. So he could have been a minor messing with a minor regardless if it's still a higher age. Let's not act like when we go to these cookouts and these girls, they be acting grown and whatever. We don't know what's the situation, when they met, when they started engaging. But we just looking at the information and it's just one sided. We know a man messing with an underage girl, automatically we taking the side of the mom. But even if that's the case, even if he knew, she knew as well. So why did she wait to try to catch him and blow his head off instead of just, if it was that situation, she would have just either called the police or she would have confronted him in the house. But why wait till he gets out to try to, murk this dude because you just tired? You tired of living without and tired of seeing, you know, you don't have that support. This sister didn't have no support. Like, listen, I'm not trying to down her or trying to demonize her as well, but I'm saying if you look at the comments, it's so many her on making her the superhero, and it's like, hold on, we don't even know all the facts yet. The trial didn't even come out. So we don't know if this girl was getting sex trafficked. We don't know if she's in the sex trafficking, if she in the pimping, if she in the whatever we don't know what this girl's into. So it's like, but it's like just as a kid or just as a woman, automatically we supposed to protect her. She's supposed to have the beneficial doubt. And it's like she could have just been like another Nova, like this girl that be on No Jumper Now. Underage, be selling herself, be on there acting cute and doing everything that she's doing. So it's like, Let's stop acting like this thing don't exist and like it's not in the community, and people is just blind to the fact that these kids is doing what they doing. They doing teen takeovers, they attacking police, they killing people, they robbing, they killing the mothers is killing the kids, the teens is killing the adults. Like, let's not act like playing these games. Like, if you got the gun or the ride, to me, I'm not sparing you. I don't care how old you is. If it's come down to me or you, and I see you pulling out and you getting ready to do what you getting to do, you think I'm gonna say, "Oh, this is a boy," or this? You are defined by how you act. This kid was respectful, so we should give him the benefit of the doubt. The same way with Nolan, the same way with Carmelo, or any of them. But it's like it's no compassion now because automatically, just based off the charges, he automatically in the wrong. So if he automatically in the wrong, let it go to court. Let the inmates deal with it. We know how to deal with it. Let the brothers be the one to hold and judge and see. That sister should have took him to court. She should have called the laws and let them handle it if he was trespassing, and let them do what they do, and take care of it. And then he wouldn't have been able to come back no more if that was the case. She should have called the police, got him trespassed from the house, and then if he come back, then she could get him locked up, or then she would have, probably more leeway if it ended up how it happened and tragically like that. But that's not the situation. She just straight up attacked him. She rocked him to sleep. She already had the gun out. See, y'all sisters better be careful, man. Just like with the situation with the sister at Walmart when she gunned down the white man and she coming out the car with the gun. Y'all better be careful about pulling out the guns and not using them, because one day somebody is just gonna blow your head off because you thinking somebody trying to blow your head off, and you jumping out with the firearm and they not used to it, or they ain't used to a black woman having her own fire or power, and they just gonna say, "Yo, we see black women killing niggas, so yo, we just hit her first." You know what I'm saying? You don't know who watching, you don't know who behind you, who could be in the sidelines waiting to just uh for you to act out so they could, put in some work on you. Y'all sisters better be careful. Look, I always been taught and I always know, don't pull it out if you ain't gonna use it. Don't wait. See, that's be the thing of when they be trying to say, well, why is she going around the car? And then, but see, he kept walking up on her, so that was their thing. Like, yeah, that's definitely self defense. In Florida. Now he's from Jersey though. Let her have tried that in Jersey or New York or one of them states, with the gun laws, she would have been cooked. So that's why we got to make this thing right, and we can't just take it into our own hands and try to flip it before we even get the details and the facts straight, because that's just it's not right. It's just not smart. Ah, let's go. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, man. I see y'all. We got people in the building here. It's lit right now. We just putting the word in the air, trying to figure it out, which I think. I appreciate that. Lataria. Hope I'm saying your name right, boo. Yep. Kadisha. Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They already demonized him before even all the facts came out and just automatically sided with the mom. And it's like, yeah, we want to have sympathy for her, but something else is going on to where she's just losing her mind like that. And just, how can you calmly be, casual with this dude, and then as soon as he turned his back out your house, you just straight up split his wig like that? Like, no, it's something else going on that we're missing. Like, she already knew to go check under the bed. So this is why they saying she had. Well, they saying she had cameras in her house. The daughter's going against her now. So this is why the whole thing is stupid, because black woman killed a black man for sleeping with her daughter, her underage daughter, but it was still consensual, right? But it's a difference between rape. But there's different kinds, there's statutory and all of this stuff. So even when you say he's a pedophile, or we don't even know if they slept together yet, we don't even know what's the facts yet. But I'm just allegedly assuming, right? They was sleeping together, they was smashing, whatever. They was in a consensual relationship. Boom. If that was the case, that she took this dude life, why did she wait until he walked out the house? Like, none of it is making sense. It's just like, this is why it's premeditated, because she knew he was under that bed. How did she know? The daughter didn't tell her. The daughter didn't know she was coming home. So she snuck up. She seen the cameras. I guess she was at work. She just got off. Whatever happened, and she came up there with a gun already drawn. Had him come from under the bed, talking to him, whatever. He leave, get his stuff, and then as soon as he goes, shoot him in the head. Like, that's just, come on. You should have just let him left for all that. Like, that was just criminal, man. That was sick. I get she was illogical and irrational at that point, and she felt like she had to do what she had to do. But now that's not stopping nothing, because if it was about protecting your daughter, now your daughter is gonna go against you. If it was about protecting your daughter, then you fail, because now your daughter is going to be testifying and going to court against you. So this is why we're saying, no, we shouldn't cheer this on, because now she has to grow up without her mother. And not only that, she has to have this trauma for the rest of her life. And she's going to be talking about it, in this trial too. So that's not something that we should be promoting, that our children got to go to court against us because we want to take the law into our own hands. Like, it's foolish. And then I heard she even got other children. So it's like, what are we doing? What are we saying? No, it's an injustice on all sides. But nobody had to die in this situation at that moment. If that was the facts of life and that was what it was, when boy hit that yard, best believe, just like a dude just died in Mississippi in the jail. He was a teen killer. We will get our justice. She didn't have to do it the way she did it. She could have stayed home, still taking care of her family, and probably put a couple $100 on his books in jail, and they would have took care of dude. Like, now you're gonna be miserable for the rest of your life because of one decision. Like, now who gonna take care of your kids, and you know what I'm saying? Make sure everything is right. It's just like, no, this sister was fed up. She was tired, and she just wanted to throw it all away. Let's say what it is. Let's not beat around the bush, man. She wanted to catch one. She was thirsty for that one. Because it ain't no way you logically talking to somebody sitting up here acting like it's all good, it's all fun. Oh yeah, y'all sleeping together. All right, cool. Get your stuff. And then as soon as you step outside the door, boom! Like, imagine if that was your son. If that's the case, what about Nicki Minaj, brother? Why nobody doing nothing about son? It's like it's one sided. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got selective fake animosity when it's certain people, but then when it's others, it's like they turn the side eye. All of these celebrities be doing pedophile and funny style shit. Like David, when he was in his relationships, why nobody knew before he hurt that girl allegedly about the rapper David, the underage situation? Why we always wait till something go left or something happens to intervene? Like, there's underage relationships happening all over Black America, all over the Black community. Let's not act like you got people that's 16 and 18 that might have been going through elementary together, through middle school, through whatever. So we don't know what's the situation. Like, let's stop acting like it's so far fetched to see these things, what these kids is doing these days, and this social media stuff. Like, if he was popular on TikTok, these girls was probably predators trying to, trap him too. Real talk. So it's on both sides. Yeah, he fell for it. He took the bait, but still, we got to understand that this is how the world is being set up and designed for us to lose no matter what. Because even if it wasn't him, it still would have been the next dude or the next boy, the next man. That's what I'm saying. No matter what, she was gonna do whatever she was gonna do. That's my whole take on it. Like, I'm not trying to take up, or I'm not trying to advocate for none of that stuff, because I would never do. But I'm saying, if he got tricked, he got tricked. Like, Let him do his time. Just like anybody else. If it was a white man, you know how many of these white boys be getting away with and getting 6 months for this type of stuff, probation, be raping pedophiles, all of that. So if that's the case, how come they get to live? Just like with Dahmer. Wasn't Dahmer uh pre have some pre charges or cases before he did what he did? Like they called him a couple times or something like that. Like this is what it is, man. We one sided instead of saying, you know what? If it's gonna be weird, let it be weird for everybody, not just for one. Because we know she gonna do it again. We know she gonna go messing with older men because that's what she likes. So why isn't she a predator as well? You know what I'm saying? Why isn't she given time or getting put in a juvenile or foster care? I guess that's where she'll go now, since she don't have no mother or father there. But she need help too. The problem is not over. He might have been an issue. He might have probably, and it was allegedly that he had other victims or other underage girls that he was messing with too. So I'm bringing out all the facts that I have acquired and what I want to talk about too, because I'm not just one sided. I'm not. It's like it's all sides got to get held accountable, but it's only one person that really lost their life for good, and they'll never be able to speak. We'll never hear his side of the story. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying that he didn't do what he did, or you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, do you really deserve death? Because if that's the case, if it was a woman on the shoe on the other foot doing the same steps, what we want to say or we want to see her dead. You know what I'm saying? If it was a father who came home and seen a 20-year-old woman with her with his son and he killed him, would they justify that, or is it just a one side only for men? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's cat, bro. It's only for men. Because if a woman did it, they wouldn't be calling for death. You know what I'm saying? Or if it was a white person who killed a black person, then they would say, "Oh, that's racism," because she just let her anger get the best of them. If it was another color person, she would have never had done it because she didn't mean it. It wasn't meant for him. She didn't know his age. Listen, now that the case is exposed, she didn't know his age beforehand. So if she didn't know his age and she did what she did, we definitely got to hold her to another standard because sister, he could have been underage too. And you just took that kid life. You know what I'm saying? So you already knew your daughter was being grown and, acting like an adult. So you should have had the proper measures and protocols set on place, not no cameras so you could sneak back up on her and then get in her face and cause a confrontation, and then now you upset so you just want to erase him and unalive this dude with the pew pew. It's like, nah, he should have had his day in court, and if it was what it was, then we could have took care of that when he get up there with them boys, if his charges equal that sentence or whatever. But y'all not the smartest, man. Y'all just gonna sit up here, argue, fight for this, celebrate this woman who killed the man, who didn't know the age, who her daughter invited over, paid for the Uber, who could possibly have mental health problems and all of these things. But none of that mattered because all of y'all wanted to see was a black man get hanged, a black man get lynched, because y'all hate black men. Like black women, y'all hate us, bro. Like, let's just tell the truth. We would never want to see that, even when we not fucking with y'all. We don't want to see that happen to you. And we even try to give you the benefit of the doubt, but we don't get it back. And this is what we seeing now. This is why black men are saying, nah, fuck that. I don't even get treated the same. Like, so if I'm not even getting the same treatment as a nigga and I'm free, and niggas that's locked up, you riding for them, giving them packages. I can't even get a sleeping bag. I can't even get 15 minutes, something to eat, somewhere to cook, somewhere to shower, somewhere to sleep. God damn it. Y'all hate me because I'm on this bitch firing their ass up and telling the truth. But this is what it is. This is what I see in today's society. The black man can't get no help because they want us to all kill each other and kill ourselves. And then it ain't going to be none left by the time you turn around, or they all going to be gay. Well, that's what they doing. They promoting it as black women. Y'all keeping it going, man. Because y'all don't want to see us win. Y'all would rather shit on us. That's why every time, when y'all get in y'all bag and y'all start making a little money like you was doing in the OnlyFans era and the scamming era and the COVID and all that, when the black woman was stunting and really was scamming and holding and getting to them buttons and them bags and them Chanel's and them shit, Dior's. Little baby spent that 6K on them OnlyFans chicks and all that. So it was something that, they felt they accomplished. They got a little bit of that wealth. And we ain't mad. Go get yours, homegirl. But don't hate on us when we getting ours and we don't want to give it up because we tired of being extorted by the powers that be. Hello. That's me. Hello. Y'all worship Cardi B, y'all worship Megan Thee Stallion. All these chicks, all they want to do is twerk on TV, show they booty cheeks and they big babas. But they go home and they go sweep and they go cook and clean and they go try to pretend and be performative and go try to be ladies. Y'all don't even try to do that. Y'all tell a nigga, you ain't no slave, you ain't cooking and cleaning shit. Nigga, you better fix me the meal, what I'm going to eat and take care of me and my kids and be spending the bag and tricking on me and the woo lady. Yeah, the woo lady. That's who these bitches love. That's who they pay attention to. Celebrities, worship, gossip, all of the above. They don't believe in Jesus no more. God damn it. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of y'all not listening to the word because the ancestors been trying to warn y'all time after again, but you want to get it out the mud. You want to get it off social media. You don't want to listen to a real man who want to give you that love. God damn it. But we gonna give you that work, baby, because we love you. No matter what, you can't run from it. That pain, that hurt, we trying to solve it. We trying to give you this good loving. That high love. But your ass been thugging and bugging for 20, 30 years, 2, 3 decades out here, man. We've been trying to tell a black woman, take the weave out. Take the BBL out. She just getting worse. Take care of your health. We gonna lose this weight, baby. Come on, we gonna eat right. We gonna diet. We gonna do it together. We ain't gotta do it by ourselves, black woman. But you can't fuck with an average nigga because you need so much goddamn money. Well, guess what? When you gotta work by yourself and it's 100-0, well, what's the reward to that? Because you don't want to take no risk because you don't want a nigga cheating on you. Bitch, please. A nigga didn't get this far with no kids and no diseases because a nigga don't know what he doing. Bitch, I got me. If ain't nobody got me, God got me. God damn it. I got me, nigga. Fuck is y'all talking about? So you gonna see what it is. You gonna feel the energy when I step in the room. Cause I know how to defeat and I know how to move. I know how to engage. I know how to use my ability to hop on this stage. You know what I'm saying? The tranquility, the performance. The different ways I'm hitting y'all with the information. I'm on it, nigga. I know what's going on. I'm trying to see I'm giving y'all the warning, the signs, the plagues, the times we in, nigga. Ah. I call up my Smurters, my Brooklyn niggas. They ain't heard of, man, the Brooklyn Knights. We untouchable, baby, but it's Bronx all day. Bronx love. Shout out a lot, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. We getting the vibes. You know the vibes, baby. We on this YouTube streets, man. We streaming night and day until I get into the streaming university. Because that's gonna be my feng shui. I'm the guru. You never heard of me, but you will soon. I'm the gorilla of New York. The untouchable. Yeah. Casanova Taxstone. All them niggas taught me everything I know, bitch. I come on this shit straight stunting like the magazine. PK Slate, nigga, you mad at me. I ain't mad at you, but peace. Look, check it out, black woman. This is what you gotta do, man. For real. You need therapy. All of y'all hoes. Fuck all of the other shit, the arguing, the fighting. You need therapy. Because in your mind, everything revolves around you. It's your world. black woman. It's yours, nobody else's. Yeah, this shit is on nobody. It's yours. You want this shit all to yourself. You don't want the black man to have nothing, god damn it, unless he up there going through hell with you and your kids and cleaning up after y'all and gotta listen to y'all bickering and battering and hyenas and and doing all the shit y'all done did to this man. Let that man have some peace and give him the biggest piece of chicken and some weed and some liquor and some head and some pussy. That's all a nigga want. But he can't even get that because these bitches is too focused on themselves that they don't want to put none of that energy back into the community. The black woman is the greatest invention in the world. You understand? When she's using her power the way it's supposed to be used and she's operating as the superwoman that we know she is. But she refused to be the healer of the black community anymore. So how the fuck is we supposed to get any better? These bitches need therapy because the black man come from the black woman. So if we evil, then eventually we got to point the finger back at you and say, okay, that's cool, but we came from you, shorty. So you hate yourself and we hate you because you won't love yourself. You won't go natural. You won't take care of that weight. You won't, you know what I'm saying? Be productive when it comes to your mental health. That you jumping from D to D, trying to get some help financially. But what about the mental? What about the holistic? What about the DNA? You bitches is going through HIV, STDs, just to all chase after the same dudes, the same group, or you selling it. And it ain't nothing wrong. We ain't judging you, but stop lying. Stop trying to make it seem like you the innocent or you an angel, but you really the devil in disguise and you trying to get a buck because love don't cost a thing. And you try to make the Big Mac the small fry, my nigga, but we put in too much pain to fall back. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas see me and they saw the love and the peace that I bring to the forefront, that they want to attack it immediately because they're not used to seeing a black man like me knowing his rights and having that force and that power and being the face and the most likely one to replace the ones who's the faces now and the voices because I made the right choices and I'm taking out the time and the dedication to put myself in a position of enjoyment. This is my craft. This is my hobby. This is what I do to make my money. Is get on the internet and have a little chuckle, a little laugh, or break something down that I feel like is being revealed to me at that time, and getting the spirit back and trying to bring back the unity and trying to have that mindset that I'm gonna build it no matter what. I'm gonna make it. I ain't gonna collapse. I ain't gonna take the shortcut. Cause one way or another, it been 7 years on YouTube, baby. So we got to get some money up out of that. I'm trying to reimburse. A nigga done invested, put everything in, took care of the purse first. So now it's like I know my worth all of these years on this earth, and I continue to build. I continue to be the best person I could feel and move and have the ability to use my position as a available and eternal healing. A source that I could tap into, that spirit, that energy, that, what I'm saying, that level of coherentness that we all know they don't want us above because they want us on some type of drug or some type of liquor, some type of Molly, some type of Percocet, because they don't want the nigga to think, well, why are we all really upset? We never been this mad in all the times of before, so why now? Because this is the effect of that when we have the community going back and forth and seeing people going after each other all aggressive. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is the lesson that we've been learned. Treat people how you want to be treated. So more or less it should be on both sides and not just a single attack that we seeing. You know what I'm saying? If we want our women to be treated a certain way, we got to treat our men a certain way. That's just the bottom line. It ain't going to happen overnight, but it starts with the women because the woman is the healer of the earth, especially the black woman. She's the progenitor. She is the goddess and the, queen mother god that is going to act accordingly, to how the powers have given her. And, she has to be the divinity and restore these traumatized and affected, bondage and lies that have been put on us. It's only a select few black women that's going to be able to operate in that nature. Most now have been abused and tortured and, refuse to restore the order. So of course it's going to be chaos because the man can't get his head out of his ass. So now we still trying to evolve because we can't even get back to being men because we too busy trying to compete with the women. Like that's what's going on. It's like we getting kicked out the workforces. It's a reason why certain communities and certain genders are getting more and more positions and becoming bosses, while men are getting pushed out. And you know what I'm saying? We're lost. The man is lost without the woman. Yeah, he could survive, but we could do way more if we have the right one. But it's too many of nature being tampered with where it's just a quick, you know, 1, 2, 3. It's not real long, everlasting, me and you. It's just more about you than me. So now I become the slave. I become the black woman's uh I become the black woman's scapegoat or her goat, her horse to ride on, that power horse to help her survive and thrive off the land. And I go out and I work hundreds of hours to take care of her kids and her going to see her baby fathers in jail and her, ex-man and all of this stuff. So now I'm the scapegoat and I'm stuck slaving. And even when I'm done doing what I'm doing at work, because Tyler Perry or my boss, Jussie Smollett or one of these dudes, once I'm done playing and having to be code switching and do what they want me to do and try to keep them cool and say whatever they want me to say, now I got to get treated the same way when I come home with you, because now I'm supposed to treat you like the princess and the queen and all of these things. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm supposed to be cooking and cleaning and getting in the kitchen and taking care of the babies and babysitting and being in the house while you out and about and gambling and out with your girls and your mom. And y'all got y'all relationship like y'all friends now. So now we see why your kids is acting like they your friends. Come on, let's talk about it. Because we see it's happening too often. And nobody wants to have the conversation and try to walk around it. They dancing instead of saying, yo, black people, we getting worse. Why are we having this energy for the opposer that we have for each other? It hurts, man. I don't want to hate my sisters, but when you see so much hate and you getting so much hate, it's like, how you not gonna give it back when that's all you getting? You ain't getting no type of uh compassion, and you living out on the street. And every black woman look at you like you a thief or like you a monster, and you just trying to survive and just trying to stay out the way, and you just trying to see another day. But they ready to take you out in a heartbeat. Why? Because of that state trauma or what they dealing with, what they going on, what happened in their life with they daddy issues. Because most of us treat our moms like gold and like God, and we still get treated like stick, like a piece of crap on a stick. Let's be for real, man. It's ridiculous. How many of our mothers get us locked up, get us, uh, ending up in some foster care or something because, they calling the police on us or, leaving us somewhere. We getting lost. They getting high. You know what I'm saying? It's all about them. It's all about their happiness. You know why? You see the truth. You see the lies that they try to use to abuse and try to make us feel sorry. And it's like, no, if you risking your life, if you putting yourself out there, then you got to deal with that. You got to deal with life the same way everybody got to deal with life. It's a consequence. If you didn't pick right, then no, you don't get no second and third and fourth and fifth chances, black woman. No, because the black man can't get no second chance. It's over. Once he get to a certain age and things ain't right and it ain't looking like it got everything lined up, oh no, you done, my brother. Don't let you be 30, 31 and you ain't got it together. And the economy where millions of people is homeless and everybody back living with their parents and stuff. Oh, nah, black man. You ain't got it together, bruh. You ain't rich. You ain't the Elon Musk. You ain't the Yeezy Yeezy. So they don't want to see you. Trust me, this is how it is. This is what we're doing. But we see the good people, man, and we got to bring them the truth because you already knowing. We love the youth so much, and we want to pull back in, and we go in and we putting our voice and our face at risk just to put the messages out there. If we get one, because we know we done already seen thousands and millions of views. So we just try to get the kids to do the right decisions and make the right moves so they don't end up in prison like we already did because we already know that's not what we want you to be. But shit, this nigga's that 16 going to Rikers Island and getting raped every day. But you don't his hell see or have none of that energy. Yeah, this nigga's 16 in prison, get locked up, robbery, homicide, drugs, whatever. Big homie, none of them warned him, none of them told him or give him the game. And then he get up there to prison, you know, they trying to be cool, ask him his name, ask where he from, give him some food, some honey buns. Next thing you know, they getting in the shower with you and they raping your butt, my nigga. Like that's what's happening every day, but nobody will speak on that because they don't give a about men for real, especially not the black ones. That's why the black man is teaming up every man in America because we understand and we see in the vision and we got the plan and we making it happen like Martin Luther King and we mentioning the ancestors and we bringing them back into the relevancy of the algorithm for the social media and the broadcast because we know that we getting the traction, we getting the fire, we getting the more and more people to tap in because we got that voice, we got that opportunity, we got that gift. So luckily we could break it down and we could get back to a state of reality because we understand the universe and the world is only getting colder now. It's getting colder, man. Stop looking for love, ladies, because it ain't no love here, man. And we ain't gonna blame it on you because it ain't even the woman's fault that the woman took advantage of the men. It's the men's weakness in his, that testosterone that keeps getting him to become a victim of his own demise. Because if we held stern and kept things the way they was and we worked hard as we had to, we would have never got outworked. But in 2026, the woman is outworking the men. It's a shift. This is what's going on. This is what's happening in real time. You got niggas ASAP Rocky throwing up thongs and shit. Stefan Diggs, purses, gold yard bags. Like, this is as real as it gets. Future, Pluto, NBA Youngboy, Paint and Mask and Punk and Rock. Like, this is what's happening. It is happening fast. So if you're not ready to adapt, you're not ready to put the work and the traffic in so you can escape and put your mind in another universe temporarily and just get along for the time being so that you could be able to flip and reverse whenever, the chance or the opportunity may reveal itself, then you misleading the kids at this any damn way because they're gonna do what they want to do. So they don't need no help picking and choosing at this point. This is why they taking Black History up out of the curriculum because they don't want niggas to know what's going on and what happened and what they did. So they doing the reverse bait and switch and making black people seem like we racist because we boycotting Asians. But when I told niggas don't boycott Asians, especially saying online and putting your face and you're doxing yourself because now when you lose your job and you can't take care of the kids and the babies and now you got to go back to being in the streets or trafficking or however you used to get it out the mud, now you poisoning the community back again, and you just doing the okey doke all over again. This is what's happening. This is how it's going on. Like this shit is making up. It's repeating itself, and it's not making up enough sense to make the progress and the profit and the time that we losing and we minusing the problem and the negatives. You know what I'm saying? It's not making up fast enough. It's not going to be, by the time we realizing what crack and what prostitution, what the gang members did to the black community, we going to be 1,000 years, 2,000 years in the slavery already. We going to be so far manipulated, it's going to be crazy. And then who we going to get reparations from? Ourselves? Right now, black people, we can all create our own reparations. Had we just work together, support each other, like, comment, share the spotlight. Everybody YouTube channels get a chance, get an opportunity. Like, we all don't gotta love and like each other to work together. And that's the problem with the black community. Is like, if we don't love you, we ain't gonna work with you. And this is why niggas getting snaked in backdoor, because the people who you trust or you love or you think you love the most and love you, these is the ones who gonna do the utmost disrespectful, distasteful and distrustful things as soon as you turn your back. So this is why you can't have niggas having access and having all that to you, because then you fall flat on your face and they will never help you get back up. That's just a taste of their own reality, a taste of their own medicine that we got to take into accountability and stop letting it fool us and feel like they going to stop being the devil. No, the devil is going to be the devil every day. So no matter what he doing or saying, we still got to uh, have discourse about how we going to move and how we're going to go forward, and, being students of God and teachers to the youth, and having pride in who we are as a people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is different. Yeah, we got our certain traditions, and what I'm saying, our ways and our our wordplay and our slang and our what I'm saying, movements and our certain um behaviors. But the body language and what we be talking and saying and doing, but we all different. Like, New York niggas is gonna be different from New Jersey niggas. Florida niggas is gonna be different from Charlotte niggas. LA niggas is gonna be different from San Diego niggas. But we all the same in a way, but we all different too, my nigga. Like, this is what you gotta understand. It depends on what tribe you coming from, what state you in, what law. Because if you look at Maryland, it's legal if you sleeping with, I think, 14, 15, years old is the age of consent. So, you know, we got to really pay attention to that too, because sometimes the problem be the laws and, the technology. How was this 20-year-old able to get, this 13-year-old was able to get this 20-year-old? Like, we got to look at that too. This is a smart girl. She's not no dumb little kid. So, we got to really be, she's a young adult as well. You know what I'm saying? She's about to be soon in the next few years. So we got to start being more accountable and more, positive with our encounters too, and treat each other with respect and not try to outdo and try to threats and, have animosity for each other that we will never have towards the next, group or people. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we got smoke for us. It's free smoke for the black community and black people. But when it comes to support, niggas is nowhere to be found. So it's like, I don't want to hear that shit no more, because I got to get to where I'm going. And the ones that's real is going to understand this is more positive and less negative than going out in the streets and trying to put on when we know it's cameras everywhere. Everybody snitching. Look at Atlanta, Ratlanta. La Baby. You see, my man was in the vlogs today, Shade Room, all of that, TMZ. He paying these OnlyFans models, man. That's the way it got to be. They trying to kick it off, and they following the leader. They got their master, they got their players that they feeding. So, it is what it is. We gonna heat it up, man. We out here on these YouTube streets. If you needed us, we glad that we found you, man. All we ask is that you could be courteous, hit that like button so we could get sturdy. Cause it's only gonna be a matter of time, man. Like I told dudes, I know how to find, I know how to grind, I know how to get mines. I just needed a little bit of breathing room, and see what a nigga could do. A nigga whole life could have changed. It could have been one person, one family member, one girl, or whatever. Want to help a nigga out, help a dude, and just what I'm saying, do the right thing, do right by me, I do right by you, and boom, shit could have took off. It's a story, it's a documentary. I got too many ideas, I got too many situations. Like you literally missing out because you saying, oh, you ain't got it figured out. Well, I'm gonna figure it out. Believe that. I ain't gonna be a nigga that's stuck out here on the streets forever. Shit, you see that? Even if it took 10 or take another 10, nigga, at least I got it in time. It's niggas that's doing 20, 30, 40 years in the can. So if it took me 20, 10, 20 years to figure it out here, nigga, I still did good. Cause they still it's niggas I was locked up with 10 years ago. They still there. They ain't never left. They ain't never have an opportunity. It's niggas that was locked up 15 years ago. They still there. And they probably barely made it out, probably barely got some breathing room, and they still got another 15, 10, 15, 20, 30 years to do. Like I'm out here living free. So it can't be that miserable, it can't be that bad for me. I mean, of course you will want more for yourself, but it's only so much you could do in this economy when you ain't got no help, nobody supporting you, nobody holding you down, nobody trying to push you forward. So now you only got yourself, but that's not a bad thing because you know how to make the right decisions and the right plans to help you out and to support you down the line. So now you can make moves and you can land and you could take flights. You could do whatever you want to do, fly people out because you grown. You having it like that literally, and you could be whoever you want to be, and you know what I'm saying. Move however you gonna move. Like that's what it is. They selective politic and they pick and choose. We already know that, and we're not trying to get it. We're not trying to hear it. This story was very tragic. So we just trying to piece it all together, trying to figure out what really happened, get the details, and stop trying to judge, and be kind to one another, show love. Let's progress. Let's get the ugly, monsters out the way. You know what I'm saying? And let's just have less anger towards each other and more positive encounters, for the next couple months and years. Because we see, these wars, they going on, they ain't stopping, man. A lot of tears, blood, and sweat is dropping out there. NATO, like the bombs is going off, the FBI, they are not playing though. Israeli strikes, two soldiers just died today. Yeah, two military soldiers died up there, in Jordan. Iran had sent some attacks. So we got to be careful, we got to be aware that, we want to hear you, we want to see you, we want to know what y'all got to say, good people. So, keep coming back, keep sending us up, and, just keep having fun because this is what life's about. Money is good, but, too many people is dying young with money. So I'd rather go old and broke. You know what I'm saying? So I could see what life is about and I could move around and I could really get to know and I could show people a different side, that they would like to grow and be a part of the situation with a professional, you know what I mean? And how I speak and I motivate and, I'm a testament to what's possible when you got God and a lot of energy, that you could start to be the model who you want to be, that example. You know what I'm saying? To defeat the devil. You could stand on your own two, stand on the feet and praise God, because he lets you and gives you that light and that mindset, that rise to the occasion. Don't let life tear you down. You got to be patient. We want things, but you might not get it now. It might take, a couple years, and then it's like Well, is it really worth the pain? You know, you really got to think about the balance, the scale, weigh it out. Take a chance, take a risk. There's nothing wrong with taking a risk on getting to know people now. But when you expose and you put yourself all the way out there, now you going a little too far. Like that's when it becomes, you know, desperation. You just desperate for love so hard that you make these requirements and that people got to do all of these things and it's just not given that, it's natural. It's just like